Hey y'all, Jen Hernandez, Loan with Jen. So today we are talking about zero down payment loans versus down payment assistance. What's the deal? Stay tuned. Okay, we're back. So there's different types of assistance, okay? There are some programs nationally in different markets. Credit unions sometimes offer them. There's several a couple of federal programs that say 0% down, okay? So yes, they're out there, but here's a couple things to know. We actually don't do them. What happens is we're the recipients of the people that get denied by them. So that's what the angle of this video. So from what I've gathered in my experience, this is what I believe the difference is to be. So 0% down means 0% down and you just pay your closing costs, or the seller, you can negotiate the seller to pay them or whatever, okay? So what we're finding from what we're hearing from people that have been denied by these programs is they require a lower debt to income ratio. So their debt cannot be very excessive. There's a certain threshold, whatever it may be. Different programs might have different thresholds. Usually it's in the low 40s, like 40%, 41%. Number two, they have this excessive time that it takes to process. So one lady came to us and she had been in the process of doing this for like 9 months, I think, and they still didn't get anywhere. Number three is we find the reserves needs they had to save up 3 months of reserves. So that was something that was different. And I'll go over down payment assistance in just a moment, how that's different. And so again, down payment assistance, 0% down, what we're finding is they require reserves, lower debt to income ratio, and so people, it's harder to qualify. So they're not getting approved for as much house because they have to have a lot less debt. So the example that I have, we had a lady last year and she was approved under the 0% down for like $130,000, and we closed her at $190,000. So we approved her for like $70,000 more. And the reason is we use down payment assistance. So again, your local market is going to have the down payment assistance. So talk to your lender in the local market. The national lenders, just to remind you, might not know down payment assistance in one state versus the other, okay? So in Texas, we have 3 main assistance programs, and each of them have different qualifications, but for the most part, on an FHA loan, the debt to income ratio requirement, you can go all the way up to 55%. So it really is lenient on the debt to income ratio. The other thing on reserves, sometimes you have to have reserves if you have a lower credit score, but many times you don't have to have any reserves. So again, not mandatory. I'm not telling you for sure you don't have to have reserves. I'm just saying that there are chances that you don't have to have as many reserves, okay? And the down payment assistance pays the down payment. So FHA, you have to put 3.5% down. The down payment assistance will cover that. Plus, sometimes it even covers closing costs. It depends how much assistance you ask for. There's different levels, 3% of the loan amount, 4% of the loan amount, 5%, all the way up to 6%. So depending on how much assistance you need, sometimes we have clients that will do down payment assistance to cover the down payment, and then they're getting a gift from a family member to pay for some of the closing costs, and then they have the seller that's paying some of the closing costs. So we've had some clients that have come up with zero money out of pocket, like I think they came up with like $100 at the end of the day. So it is possible. So the purpose of this video is to talk about the differences that we're seeing between 0% down loans and down payment assistance loans. Okay, they both require no down payment. It's just how you get there is the different story. So I hope you have found this video helpful. Talk to you soon. Legacy Mutual Mortgage is an equal housing opportunity lender. The opinions expressed here do not reflect those of Legacy Mutual Mortgage.